Oh, what? What's it? Kind of have to sit up here. Otherwise, the bubbles just get me. Tell you what. I really enjoy slumping. That's the problem. These big text things, I can't slump. You just joined the stream for the first time. This is pretty much the first 10 minutes into this. Just this awesome track. Paul says, how's the tour going? That's probably a good time. No, okay. Let's just, oh jeez. Okay. Yes. Welcome everyone. We are live. We're live. I've got no idea what that sound effect did because I'm the only one that can't hear them. We are live, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. Good evening. Time is 16 minutes past 8. Time 16 minutes past 8? I think it's 16 minutes past 8. Is that right? Yeah, it is. Time is 16 minutes past 8. We are live, ladies and gentlemen. We have returned. Live stream has returned. I have got background music on for me in the background, which usually means if I do that, no one else can hear a word I say. So before I go any further, just want to check what the audio is saying. Any good? You guys hear me? Is this a good vibe stream by any chance? I think so. I mean, you tell me, but I would say so, yeah. I would say so. Evening, Alistair. Have you read the latest posts from Mary AF about Charlie Kirk? If so, thoughts? No, I haven't. Can you link it to me? It sounds echoey. Some people are saying can hear you. Some people are saying good. A bit crackly. I don't like a bit crackly. Settings, audio settings. Echo cancellation is on. Okay, I'll tell you what. Is that better or worse? I've pressed the button. Is it better or worse? I've turned something off. Is it better or worse? What's CK mean? I've read Miri's post on CK. What does CK mean? It's worse. Same. How do I get this? Right, is it worse? Right. I got worse, same, worse. Okay. I think it's probably worse, isn't it? All right. Anyone else gonna say it's worse? Sorry, this is not gonna be the whole live stream. We're gonna get to questions and stuff. Same. I've got 2 people say it's same, 2 people say it's worse. You should all have the same answer. Someone says it's better now. Both okay to my ears. Okay, I'm gonna press the button again because some people said it was the same. Some people said it was worse. So, oh geez, reduce mic background noise. So I pressed it again. Two people said it was the same. Two people said it was worse. I might as well put it back to where it was because then it'll be the same for everyone, but not worse for the people it was worse for. That make sense? So, okay, so I'm back. What does CK mean? Charlie Kirk. Right. Sorry, I thought that was a platform. When you said, have you seen Miri's post on CK? I thought, what's CK? Some sort of social networking thing that I've not heard of. Um, where do I get Miri's stuff from? Substack? I'll be honest, it's a bit embarrassing. I don't really understand Substack. I know I should, but I don't. Substack. Okay. Uh, I can't find her thing on it. Just how big do you think the conspiracy is? Is that it? Um, where's the bit about Charlie Kirk? Okay. Okay. Do you mean this one? Hang on. Let me see. Hang on. Is this the one that you mean? Is this the article? Just how big do you think the conspiracy is? This one? We can read this if you want. Before we get to that, Hazel, I just want to say thank you for buying tickets to Newcastle. The tour is going fantastically. Thank you very much. We just did Northampton. We've done London. We're going to Totnes on Saturday. There are 6 tickets left for Totnes. No, there's 5 tickets left for Totnes. So if you want to come and see us in Totnes, there's 5 tickets left. The tickets are on my social media, my link tree. I'll put the link to my link tree in a minute. So there's 5 left. Southampton's sold out. Chichester is sold out. Newcastle is selling very well. We're doing great. But I'll be honest, we are going to the Isle of Man, and I've got absolutely no idea how many people are going to come and see us on the Isle of Man. That's on 3rd of October. So you tell me. Um, so yeah, this is the one. She references you as well. All right, definitely read that then. Okay, so I've not read this yet. So it's pronounced Totnes. What did I say? I know what I said. Maybe not. Right, let me see. Where should I read it? Okay, so apart from I like your hat, is it real fur? Where did you get it? Thanks. No, it was a present. The question I most frequently ask remains the one in the title. It's usually put to me online, so I can't completely accurately discern tone, but I imagine a mocking, scoffing one followed by an eye roll. Just how big do you think the conspiracy is? As I don't have the Twitter blue tick and so can't deliver a sufficient response there, I thought I'd pen one here. Fair enough. And you'll be able to accurately discern my tone. I'll go here. When I do the audio, just how big do I think the conspiracy is? Big enough that every day thousands of completely healthy babies are taken to practitioners who are paid by the state to inject them with toxic cocktails of carcinogenic, mutagenic poisons in order to subdue their intellect, undermine their fertility, and induce a lifetime array of health problems, ranging from the chronic to the severe to the lethal. Bingo. Absolutely. Absolutely. That is exactly what I feel about the health service. And If you have children, you'll know from almost no, actually, from literally the moment they are born, members of the National Health Service are gonna start trying to inject them with things. From the second they're born, they're gonna start trying to bombard them with a vitamin K shot, and then vitamin K, by the way, that they'll tell you, "Oh, the body doesn't have enough of it. The body isn't made with enough vitamin K." Oh, did God made a mistake, did he? Oh, God didn't make people correctly. No, no, no. God didn't give people enough vitamin K. You need to let the NHS inject your baby literally a minute after it's born. Okay? By the way, vitamin K is stored in the liver, and when you give a lot of babies get jaundice these days, and they go and the NHS go, "We've no idea why this baby's having liver problems." Could be the vitamin K shot that they force you to take unless you refuse it, like I did. Um, but anyway, that's what happens. You know, they're desperate to give your children poison. You know, and you can't get treatment on the NHS. If there's something actually wrong with you, you can't get anywhere near a doctor's surgery these days or a hospital appointment. There's actually something wrong with you, but they won't leave you alone for these injections. You can have letters, constant harassment. Anytime there's anything wrong with you, oh, your vaccination's up to date on this child. You take your child in for anything. Vaccination's up to date. They don't care about, you take your kid in there because it's, broken its leg or something. They'll be like, vaccination's up to date. They don't care about the broken leg. They're just like, "Oh, can we use this as an opportunity to force this kid to have some poison?" Anyway, this is done in broad daylight, in plain sight, every single day to thousands of babies all over the world, including such irreversible conditions as nonverbal autism, double incontinence, life-threatening allergies. Oh, yeah. Type 1 diabetes, and a whole array of other severe disorders and disabilities, including, not infrequently, death. What a paragraph. This has been going on for decades. Nobody has stopped it. It continues to happen in every town, every country, every day. So that's how big I think the conspiracy is. I think we live in a satanic system that purposefully and ruthlessly maims and brutalizes its most vulnerable and innocent members every single day. And a society that will do that will do anything. And it does. Yeah, this makes me want to get on Substack, just dropping this absolute truth hammer. Because I guess when you're actually writing something, you can just sit there and get it perfect instead of just rambling on a live stream like I do. Man, I gotta show this to my wife. I'm sure she'll appreciate it. She probably will. But, so do you think an establishment that tortures and kills babies under the guise of health routinely, as a matter of course, that's what the maiming is called after all, routine vaccination, wouldn't or couldn't fake a celebrity assassination or a high profile prison sentence or a global pandemic, and you're quite simply not living in reality? Yep. Yep, 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 yep. Bizarrely, however, people seem to find the facts about vaccination, which are what led a lot of people to wake up, far easier to accept than the idea that actors perform on the world stage, present fictitious events as if they're real. Celebrity heroes aren't entirely authentic and honest. People can persuasively say things they don't really believe to be true. Because it is that idea, not vaccination or war or any other forms of explicit brutality, that provokes the perennial question about just how big I think the conspiracy is. Let's take a closer look, shall we? Hmm. Okay. The hit 80s TV show Family Ties. Central character was a teenage Republican, Alex Keaton, who often comically collided with his liberal parents and teachers for his conservative traditionalist views. Alex came across very persuasively for the 7 years that Family Ties ran as a dedicated conservative Republican with traditional views. In fact, he came across so well that he made the position more sympathetic to many viewers, which was not the intention of the liberal progressive screenwriter. However, did the actor Michael J. Fox, who played Alex, share these views? No, he did not. Michael J. Fox was and is a liberal Democrat who espouses progressive ideas. There's nothing in common with Alex, the character he played so very persuasively on screen. Equally, when I hear people saying, but Charlie Kirk wouldn't have been involved in faking his death, he's a devout Christian family man. I ask them, what makes you think that? The fact that he played one on screen? The actor who played Charlie Kirk is highly unlikely to be a devout Christian, and it is entirely likely that he was no family man either. Rather that his children, who remain nameless and faceless, will simply stand-ins for photo ops. People will shut down and dismiss that very distinct possibility as too crazy, yet immediately and readily accept little Andy Keaton on Family Ties wasn't really the Keatons' youngest son. He was an actor playing a part in a fictitious family on a scripted show. I mean, I think it's probably a good time for me to just um, give you my take initially on the whole Charlie Kirk thing because I haven't really been online too much since the whole thing, showed up really. But my thing on Charlie Kirk is right. I really don't have any idea. I never even really viewed his content. I had a small idea of who he was. So when it comes to what do I think about Charlie Kirk and who he really was, I don't know. I honestly got no idea. And most people, if we're honest, we don't know this guy. We don't know if he's real. We don't know if he's fake. We don't know anything. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know. The one thing I would tell you is, in my opinion, anything that is in the news all the time is part of the establishment narrative. There's no chance that the news works like they want you to believe that the news works like something happens and then they report on it. Not a chance that that's what happens. It's all one big narrative story. There's no chance that there was a random event like the Charlie Kirk assassination, and then what do you think? The whole media brainwashing network, everyone was like, "Okay, wipe all of the brainwashing we're gonna do for the next 2 months, and let's just focus on this random event that's happened." There's no way it works like that. It's a very complex scenario. Hmm. Okay. It seems quite clear at this point that both Charlie Kirk and his wife are high-level Masons. I didn't know that. Playing parts on the World Stage Show, as that, of course, is what high-level Masons are rather want to do. Hmm. I don't know any of these things. Um, Charlie Kirk was already performing on the Fox News channel at the age of 17, was he? 18. Heading up a multi-million-dollar conservative advocacy business with a military man 53 years his senior. He's not an ordinary person. Ah, hmm. Andrew Tate's father was CIA, as of course with Tucker Carlson. Yep. Okay. Cultural icons are simply too powerful, important, influence with just anybody. Yep. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hmm. Matthew Perry's autobiography also hints at some severe childhood trauma of the MK variety. At one point, comparing a plane ride he experienced as a 5-year-old as being akin to Sodom and Gomorrah. Yikes. This is dark, dark stuff, as dark as it gets, but this is the reality of the global ruling classes and what they do to their children. If we're not prepared to face that, and the high likelihood that anyone rising to significant prominence on the world stage has been subject to this kind of experience in their childhood, we're never going to fully grasp how the world really works and how the world stage characters are able to behave in ways that would so anthema and impossible for us as ordinary people. Mm. Huh. Okay, okay. Fair enough. Charlie Kirk wasn't really assassinated. I mean, how do we know that? Since there was no assassination. I mean, I'm not saying I know that he was assassinated, but I also don't know that he wasn't. Do you know what I mean? I can't say with such certainty Charlie Kirk was assassinated, Charlie Kirk wasn't assassinated. You know what I mean? Especially as I haven't even looked into it. Mm, interesting. The reason the scriptwriters created a hugely visible and influential conservative Christianism can easily be discerned in the reactions to the liberal press to Kirk's death. He is portrayed as a regressive bigot, a racist, a warmonger, and all the worst stereotypes of the conservative Christian right the left wing loves to rail against. And this isn't an entirely inaccurate portrayal of the man. Um, okay, getting it. Huh. To do that, they require also these characters to prominently embody the worst flaws of the right-wing Christian conservative, and then have the larger right wing swoon over and deify these characters, who ultimately aren't very nice and aren't the kind of people we would want leading any legitimate or enduring political movement. This is also very true with the Lucy Connolly character, as so astutely observed by Alistair Williams in this short video. Ah, right, that was the thing about, you know, the text about let's get rid of all these horrible asylum-seeking pedos or, you know, whatever, these brown assholes in hotels, whatever. I did think that, you know, I did think that when I saw this clip of Charlie Kirk being like, what did Charlie Kirk say? He goes, "Oh, this black get rid of these black criminals," or something, and I was like, "Whoa, wait a minute, what? Why did you reference the black there? That wasn't very Christian," you know? I don't know, I don't know what's going on, guys. I don't know, do I? Hmm. Creating yet more division. Listen, I think think my wife is having trouble getting Heidi to sleep, so I'm getting texts here. So I might just have to I might have to go inside and help, and then I want to talk about this stuff at length, obviously. So I might just go back in, try and get my daughter to sleep, and then come back out. So you guys are gonna have to talk to the chair for a little bit. It's so difficult for me to get a live stream in these days, as you can see. Just okay, pause. All right. I'm gonna come back. I don't know how long I'm gonna be. I'll have my phone on me, so I'll try and comment on this YouTube video and let you guys know how it's progressing. Um, so yeah, just gonna go back in the house, gonna see if my daughter's asleep. I'm gonna try and help. I might be 10 minutes. I might be 15. I might be 5 minutes. You understand? Be right back. Okay. Talk amongst yourself. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. I made it. Guys, 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 you there? I'm back. You guys still here? I reckon some of you are still here, at least. Okay. Muted. Am I muted? I'm not muted. I'm muted? So, what did I miss? What did I miss? Did we get to the end of this article? Um, that goes for Charlie Kirk in the USA, Tommy Robinson over here, and all the other big names on the right. The establishment offers us all scripted characters designed to undermine and ultimately destroy the right wing. That makes sense to me. It's a duplicitous trick to get the political right wing and those with socially conservative and Christian beliefs to identify with terrible people and hold them up as heroes, to make it easy for the liberal left to say, see how awful these people are, look who their leaders and heroes are. Yeah. Of course, we can see this on steroids with populist right wing hero Nigel Farage saunters into number 10 and then follows the predictable script as outlined in previous program years and years to show us that he, like all of the semi right wing, is actually very unpleasant and evil. So we need a one world communist dystopia to save us. That's where all of this is ultimately headed. So just how big do I think the conspiracy is? Well, it's pretty big, it's pretty old too. The world has always been a stage. There's nothing new under the sun. Yep. Hmm. The art of war. Oh, divine art of subtlety and secrecy. Through you we learn to be invisible. Through you inaudible. Hence, we can hold the enemy's fate in our hands. Yeah. Interesting. Interesting. That tends to be that's definitely my opinion on Tommy Robinson. You know? It's like you build up these characters and you besmirch them in the mainstream media, you make sure that their name is mud, you make sure you go and tell a normal normie that you think Tommy Robbins is a good guy, they'll look at you like, "Something wrong with you," you know? That's what they do, they build someone with a reputation that is slime, and then they attach that person to very real, legitimate concerns that you might have as, a conservative, like, "Hey, there's hotels full of illegal immigrants here and, some children are getting raped," or whatever, they attach Tommy Robinson to that so that there's this slime figure attached to a very real issue that people should be upset about, It's quite complex, pretty complex, what's really going on. And, the thing with the Charlie Kirk thing is I don't know anything about Charlie Kirk, things in this article like, he's a Mason and his wife's a Mason and this and that. I don't know any of that stuff. If I told somebody now, "Hey, Charlie Kirk's a high level Mason," they'd be like, "How do you know that?" I would just have to say, "Oh, it's somebody else said it." And I went, "Okay." You know what I mean? Let's see. Oh, man. The chances that it's all just a legitimate thing and what it says it is, it's just so remote, you know? But also, what I think I saw was, like, Charlie Kirk's body or whatever was put in, like, Air Force One and, like, flown away. It's like, he wasn't in the military. Why is that going on? That's odd. I used to like watching his debates. Very clever man and seemed well-intentioned. Right. See, that's it. I agree with the part of the article where it's like, yeah, but Michael J. Fox was pretending to be this and he wasn't that. Yeah, okay. But also, some people come across clever and well-intentioned and actually are clever and well-intentioned. Because one person's acting, it doesn't mean that everyone is. However, having said that, anyone with such a huge following and it's so promoted everywhere, chances that they're just a well-intentioned, nice guy, it's almost zero, to be honest. If you really were a rational, well-intentioned, nice guy that wanted to promote Christianity, you wouldn't be plastered all over the mainstream media. They wouldn't give you a platform, they wouldn't boost you up, you know what I mean? I don't know, guys. I don't know. You see me, I've barely got time to do a live stream these days. I can barely sit out here and do a live stream without, you know, having to go here or do that. You think I've got time to look into, the history of Charlie Kirk? I don't. I can't offer informed opinions on stuff like this, so I haven't got the time to look into it, you know? I just don't. I've got children, small children that need to go to bed. You have to help them go to bed. But, I'm sure there's people out there that do have the time and they'll do videos and articles and stuff. You just read them. You don't need this take from me. Most of it is about creating division. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like whenever you see what people have told me is that, half of the people are devastated about Charlie Kirk and the other half sort of, "Yeah, he's dead. It's great." You know what I mean? And it's like whenever there's a public figure that just creates just mad division like that, that makes me suspicious that they're, part of the whole thing. "By their fruits you shall know them." Right? Well, if the fruit is division, what are the chances they're not part of the whole divide and conquer, you know what I'm saying? Jesus caused division. Yes, I guess, but also unity, and also Jesus was full of grace and truth, you know? Jesus wasn't sitting there going, "And the black criminal," and this and that, you know? But I don't know. I mean, I've never even watched, like, a Charlie Kirk debate or anything, you know what I mean? Like, I just don't know enough about things he said and this and that to have an informed opinion. There you go. Charlie's fruit was also encouraging young people to get married, have children. He stopped at least one person going, right, yeah, good fruit. Like I say, JP, I don't know enough about this. I don't know enough about this. And it's entirely possible that, you know, somebody is being used as part of the agenda and they're unaware of it, you know? It's also pretty important that groups of people like us don't start, arguing with each other, you know, tooth and nail about I think this. Well, I think that. Well, you're a douche, and that sort of thing. I'm never listening to you again, or you're wrong. You know what I mean? That way, they can just split us in half every time one of their characters is exposed. There's a number of people who's content creators are like, "Oh, I'm never talking to him again because he isn't like Russell Brand." It's like, yeah, okay. Look, I disagree with you on Russell Brand, but it doesn't mean I never want to talk to you again, or I think that you're a fool now or something. So you have to be able to, disagree with someone, not just cut them off completely. Otherwise, you have to have the exact same opinion as everyone about everything, or you can't get on. It's ridiculous. Okay. Hmm. See where we do need people to come is Ludlow, apparently. Quite a few quite a few tickets available in Ludlow. Is North Wales. Lady Gaga says she's Christian, does she? Nasty work. CK encouraged discussion and taught youngsters how to agree and disagree. Hmm. Can you play the video of the Marines singing Days of Elijah? Yeah, sure. I'll play it at the end if you want. Lady Gaga's no Christian. Yeah. A lot of people are now going to church because of Charlie. Yeah, I mean, I know some people who are thinking about becoming Christians because of Charlie Kirk. Emma says, me and my husband are coming to Ludlow. It's Shropshire, Alistair, not North Wales. Oh, right. But it's quite near Wales, isn't it? Sorry, Emma. Can you bring 50 people with you? Is that all right? Is it in Shropshire? I should really know where it is, and I'm going to try and get people to come. Let's have a look. Ludlow. Oh, yeah, it's in Shropshire, yeah. It's in Shropshire, but, it's quite close to Wales, you know? Your comedy night in Northampton was fantastic. See? See? How's the Glasgow ticket sales going? Pretty good, actually. I think there's about 100 people coming to Glasgow already. Glasgow's decent. Oh, thanks. See, look, Al's coming to Bath. Right, I'm gonna get my link tree up now. Here we go. So, if you want tickets to my comedy tour, here's the link. We've got another London date because we just did London last week. We've already got another date for them. So you go here, you get your tickets. And what does that look like? Here it is. So you go there, and then you've got all the tour dates here. Rotherham, Isle of Man, Ludlow. You just click on it, right? It takes you here. Bosh. 10th of October. Here we go. Oh, Ludlow Assembly Rooms. So if you want to book now, you go on here. Look, you can see all these tickets that are available. So we've sold some, right? There's just quite a few left that you can buy, please, immediately. Thank you. Okay. Rotherham? You ever go to Rotherham? Have you a gig in my native Geordie land? Yes. Look. What, are you not coming? Square, look. So look, Newcastle, tour date, Tap Yard, Thursday the 9th of October. We're coming to Newcastle. Okay? You're forced to come. Go on that website, click the link, come to Newcastle. You're welcome. Let me know when you got tickets. We're in Bath next year. I think it is. When is Ludlow? Ludlow is. It's Ludlow. It's Ludlow. Ludlow is, let me tell you, the 10th of October. You coming? I need you to come. Don't miss this, by the way. Don't miss it. If you live anywhere near any of these places, which you must do, 'cause we're going to most of the country, you got to come. Yes, I shall book for Rotherham. Go on, Jane. Taking a picture of this. I'm going to send it to Tanya. Gosh. Every time somebody says they're coming, sending it to Tanya. Who else is getting some tickets? Come on, I want to give Tanya more good news. I'll make an effort. Come, don't make an effort. Come. All right? When we left Northampton, everyone was trying to pay for parking. Oh, that's a good idea. We can't get anywhere in Manchester. Tanya's been trying to get us a room in Manchester. We can't get anywhere. Mad. Yeah, we're doing Bath. I think that's in April next year. When did you put a Chichester date? Can't remember. Can't remember. They're both sold out though. Try Stockport. That might be a good idea. Could do Stockport, couldn't we? Go with Al, Kaya. Yeah, Southampton sold out, and so did Chichester. But Southampton's a nice one. Now it's not too far either. We're in Ireland. We're in Ireland. One of them. Where's that? Ireland. Bosh. 6th of November. How about that? Yeah, I was supposed to really be selling tickets for the tour now, you know? Because time is getting on. Oh, oh man. Thanks for coming. Appreciate it. So I guess Charlie Kirk's been the main bit of news. I haven't watched him being shot in the head or whatever. I don't know why anyone would wanna watch that, you know? It should say English Comedian of the Year, but I'm the British Comedian of the Year, you know? Why would it say English? Downplaying it. Yeah, so I guess that's the main bit of news, right? Any other news? Was that it? Side note, Japanese government recently released data regarding the effects of experimental nutrition is damning. Mm. Belfield is offline. Is that Alex Belfield? Is he still knocking about? Thanks, Jane. See you there. There was a Ukrainian woman killed at over Charlie. Alice's name suggests a Scottish connection. I am a happy mix. I think you mentioned Scottish and possibly Welsh. I think that's the same as me, Anselman. I can bring some merch to my gigs, Emma. Yeah. I hadn't planned to, but I can. I don't know how many of those drinking flasks I've got left. I think we sold them all. I need to have a shave, you know. Still got the fish dog hoodie. Good man. Why wouldn't you still have that? What else is going on? Let me stop sharing this. So if I go to my Twitter, I refuse to say X. I've got my tour poster, which lists all the dates here, as you can see, which Bob did for us. It's a good likeness of me, don't you think? I think that's pretty cool. No, my merch shop is dead now. I'm afraid it wasn't worth the running costs of running the merchandise store anymore because when I lost my big YouTube channel, so I can't sell enough merch really to make it worthwhile having a merch website basically now. I might be able to, but it's a lot of outlay and work, and I don't have that many numbers anymore. So I don't know about the merch. It's a good poster, isn't it? It was nice of Bob to do that. Didn't have to do that. Oh, Rachel, thank you for the bookmark. I loved it. I love the message and the bookmark. Thank you. Thank you. I haven't had a chance to say thank you yet. It was amazing. Thank you. Really uplifting. Really uplifting message. Thanks, Rachel. I do need a bookmark as well. It's also a good practical gift. Mhm. I did indeed like it. Thank you. Oh. Well, thank you everyone for tuning in tonight. It was a good blast. Sorry I was away for a period of the stream. I did my best, but I hope you all had a good time, and I will try and do another live stream. You know, there'll obviously be church on Sunday. There'll be a live stream for that, and then maybe again next week will be good, wouldn't it? So yeah, thanks very much everyone for tuning in. Seems like it's my bedtime. Good night, and God bless everyone. See you soon. Bye. Bye.